Hi friends, happy Friday. Just gonna hang out for a minute and wait and see if anybody hops on here. I have got the cutest card to do today. I'm so excited about it. Hi Donna. So today's been a busy day. Hi Donna and Donna, two Donnas. Went grocery shopping first thing this morning, and that was pretty good. I took my sister so she could do her shopping, and I needed to get some things, and we went to Walmart, and the parking lot was pretty full, but I don't know where all the people were because the store didn't seem too crazy or anything, and they have the aisles marked, you know, so you have to follow the arrows and all that, but it was nice to see that they had things back in there like that have been out. Like they had beans and rice. I didn't really need either one of those because I did find rice recently somewhere else, but they had that kind of stuff. They had wipes, disinfectant wipes, and so that's the second time recently that I found them, and I'm stocking up on those because we use them a lot to because we have pets, so they're really great for cleanup with that. And I'm still wiping down my groceries. I know there's a lot of posts saying you don't need to do that, but you know, I'm a bit of a germaphobe, so I'm still doing it, whatever. And they had I think two cans of disinfectant spray, one of Lysol and one of that Microban. So I bought the Microban, and it was just nice that there was, you know, that there was stuff. It just gave you a little bit better feeling. Almost everybody was wearing their face masks. And then I went out to our business. Hi Jan. I haven't been out there since March because I've been scared. And we have 3 employees besides my husband out there. And the hot dog folks that set up out in our parking lot, they started back up this week, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna go out to the store, I'm gonna have a hot dog, and I did, and it was wonderful. But it was really nice being around people because frankly, I mean, we're all in this, of course. We all are. But, hey, Kathy. But honestly, I cry almost every day. I do. So it was really good for my mental health to get out of the house and get around friends and not have my mind on this virus 24/7. So anyway, I'm making something using stamps out of this catalog. And oh, you know what? I got a few new things besides what I already showed you. So let me just pull them over here before I turn the camera around and show you the rest of what I got. And it's probably stuff you guys have seen, or maybe you got it already yourself, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. I got the cute jar of flowers. Thank you. Hugs to you guys too. Sorry about that. The cute new jar of flower stamps, and it's a photopolymer stamp set. Now this is stuff that's going to be in the new catalog. I got the wonderful, sorry, it's hitting my light. This is the Flowers for Every Season paper pack. You are gonna want it. Love, love, love these flowers. to go with that stamp set, the adorable jar punch. So cute. And then the little things to make the shaker cards, the little windows. Aren't those cute? And the shaker bits, of course you could use these for other things. But they're called the Flowers for Every Season gems. Pretty. And then this ribbon pack. So there's a nice white ribbon and gingham. Who doesn't love that? And look at the pretty sparkly twine. Okay, and then I got one other thing in this batch, and that is the this paper pack, and you get a lot of paper in this one. You get 24 sheets in this one, and it's called the In Good Taste, and it's a bunch of different wood and tile, and there's some designs in here that look like modeling paste and stuff. So pretty cool paper. So that's stuff to if you're not a demonstrator, that is stuff, hi Rebecca, to look forward to in the new catalog that's coming up. Okay, so I'm gonna get ready here and get going because the card I have today is so adorable, you guys. Let me flip this. Okay. So I'm gonna show you real quick what the set that I'm using. And I wanted to talk about that just for a second. It's in the mini catalog that is current right now. And this set is carrying over to the new catalog. But what's not carrying over that I'm using are the papers, okay? These papers are so pretty, you guys. If you don't have them and you want them, I went and checked to make sure they're still available, and they are. They're 6 by 6. There's 48 sheets, but they are such soft, gorgeous papers. I'm just going to flip through real quick here. So if you don't have them, I would suggest, if you like these kind of papers, to get them, because look at the perfume bottles. How cute are those? I mean, they're just great, great papers. And there's shoes, lots of polka dots. I love polka dots. But just girly, feminine paper. Love, love, love these. So, and we've got another great pack of flower papers coming up in the new catalog too, but still, if you want these, get it before it's gone. I'm using the Dress to Impress bundle, and also in the annual catalog right now that's going away, and I just got these, but they won't be going away from my craft room because I love them. I'm using the heirloom frames, dies, and embossing folders. So that's what I'm using. Are you ready? I'm ready. Okay, so I've got a piece of silver foil paper, some white cardstock, a piece of rich razzleberry, the flowered papers from the pack, and then some purple posy cardstock. Okay, so what I have done already is I cut, I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and this is going to be an easel card, and I cut it in half, the 8.5 by 11. I cut it in half the lengthwise. Okay, so this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5, and then it's scored again at 2 3/4, so halfway. And that is just going to fold like that. And I'm going to go ahead and give that a crease. Thanks for joining me, you guys. And then this is going to get glued on to the bottom half of that. If you've never made an easel card before, that's kind of how it works. And then we'll put a little doodah on here that's going to make it stand up. And then let me get my sample up here to look at. Okay, this is what I'm going to use to cut out that frame with. Do I want to do that first or stamp? I think I'm going to stamp first and get that going. So here's the Cutie Patootie stamp set. This is new to me too. I debated about getting this, and I'm so glad that I did, and I'm glad that it's going forward to be in the new catalog. If you want to save 10% though, now get it as a bundle. I can't remember if it's going to be bundled in the new catalog. I almost think that it's not going to be. So if you want it, get it now while it is bundled and save that 10%. So I'm going to use the lipstick. I love that. And I'm going to use the 2 roses. Okay. So let me just... I was so excited to do this card. Now, if you guys follow France, I think her last name's Martin. She goes by Frenchie. If you guys follow her, she made a card. This is where I got the idea from. I didn't go back and look at her card again to see if... I don't think I'm making mine exactly the way she did, but this is very close to the one that she made. And that's where I got the idea from. So I just wanted to give her credit because that is where I got this idea, or inspiration, however you want to say it. So I stamped that in Smoky Slate. I didn't want to do black because I just wanted it to be a little softer. And the flowers, since we don't have, well, actually I did get a Purple Posy stamp pad, and actually I have 2 of them because then when they thought they had it fixed from the first go round, they sent me out the replacement, and then they decided that one wasn't good either, so they just quit trying to get it right. But I didn't want to use my Purple Posy since it's not something that is available to buy. So I'm going to use Highland Heather, and I'm just going to ink it up and stamp off once and stamp there. So it's going to be really light because I just want it there so I can color it without black, and you'll see when I'm done why. Okay, so I need 1 of that flower. Or do I need 2? No, I needed 2 of that flower actually. So let me do that again. And there it is. So did any of you take part in Stampin' Up's Day of Service little party thing yesterday? That was kind of fun. Hi, Janice. I know. Darlene loves lipstick. Okay. So there's that one. I know they're very light and it doesn't look like much right now, but it'll be okay. All right. I really think we should all get together and do a Zoom crafting thing together. Don't you think that would be fun? There are some other gals that do that. There's like a small group of them that do it, and then they post what they made over on, if you guys haven't been on Our Crafty Creations, I've tried to send out invitations to everybody that I'm friends with on Facebook to join it, and it's for all types of crafting. Oh, I forgot my markers to color the lipstick. Let me grab those real quick. Anyway, so they get together once a week, and I think they come up with a challenge or something, and they all make something to go with that, and then they post what they made. So that's kind of fun to see what they made. So I'm going to use, because we're coloring lipstick, I'm going to use the lipstick blends, which are also going to retire because they are the current, very current in colors, and those are going away. Lovely lipstick. So if you like that color, you better get it before it's gone. It's really pretty. Okay, so I think I'm set now with all the colors, and since I just got the lipstick out, I think I will go ahead and color it. So I'm gonna color the lipstick case. Most of the lipsticks that I buy, the case is like that tortoise shell, you know what I'm talking about, color. So I'm trying to sort of get it to look like that. I'm using the bronze Stampin' Blend to color it, and it's just the bottom part here. Can you guys see okay? Hopefully. So I'm gonna just fill it in. Now this doesn't come with a light or dark. When you get the combo pack of this, it comes with an ivory is the other color. So I'm gonna do a once over here, and then I'm gonna go back after that dries for a second and just put some lines in. You know how tortoiseshell has that sort of variegated color in it? And then I wanted this to look gold. So I'm using the light and dark Mango Melody. And I'm going to use the dark first. And I am just going to, I wasn't sure when I did my sample if this was going to turn out the way I wanted it to and look like gold, but then it did, so I was tickled about that. Okay, so that's the dark. Hi, Sandy. And then I'm just coming in with the light over here a little bit. And once it's all colored up and cut out, it really does give you the impression that that's the gold. Okay, lovely lipstick. Okay. Just gonna do some dark over here. And with these darker colors like this, I kind of like to just barely go to the edge because, you know, these are alcohol markers and they tend to feather or bleed just a little bit. So if you kind of just barely go up to the edge, it usually fills in. And And if it doesn't, you can always go back and take it just a little bit closer. Whoops. Rebecca, let's see, are you guys moving this weekend or starting to move? Oh, doesn't that just look like lipstick there? Doesn't it make you want to put some on your lips? Does me, I like lipstick. Okay, so now I'm just going to make some squiggly lines, basically. Just random, just to kind of give it a little bit of a marbling, maybe. I don't know. I know it looks weird now, but once it dries, that's gonna kind of blend in together and it'll be okay. So there's the lipstick. I don't know if I've ever showed you guys the box that I keep my blends in, but here it is. It is this clear acrylic box, and it has a hinged lid, if you can see that very well. It's just hinged. It doesn't lock or anything. I got this at Bed Bath & Beyond. It was in the Beyond department. No, it wasn't. It was in the bath department. It was in the bathroom stuff. And they fit in there just perfect. And it holds tons. I love it. Okay, I'm going to cut that out in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and color the flowers. So I've got the light and dark purple posy. So I'm going to start with the light. They do have cool storage. I mean, sometimes you find things, you know, not where you would expect to. I'm just going to fill the, oh, that's such a pretty color, I think. Don't you think that purple posy is a pretty color? Okay, I'm just going to fill the flowers in with, all with the light, and then I'm going to go back with the dark and give it just a, give them some definition. But right now, I'm just going to get them filled in with this color. Look, that lipstick almost matches my fingernail polish. Lovely lipstick. So I bought some yeast today when I was doing the grocery shopping because I want to try to make some homemade pretzels. I have never done that. And of course, I go on Pinterest all the time to look for recipes and things. And I found one on there that looked really simple. Oh, you know what I should have got was cornmeal. Okay, I'll have to get some of that because I like them to have, you know, where you lay them on the cornmeal. I like that on them. I'll have to get some. Okay, so now I'm taking the dark and I'm just going to do a little bit of shading, nothing too extreme. I kind of want it to look watercolored. And it's going to look really weird for a minute, but it'll all pull together here when it dries. Yeah, I like my pretzels, like when we buy them, you know, at the mall, at those pretzel places. You can tell that they have cornmeal, I guess that's, yeah, cornmeal on the bottoms of them. I like that. I like crunchy. Of course, they always have those yummy different kinds of dips that you can dip your pretzel in. I am kind of a nacho cheese person. That's what I like to dip mine in, depending on what the flavor of the pretzel is, but I just kind of like the plain ones and then dip them in that. Yummy. Unless you're having a sweet pretzel, and then it's kind of fun to have that caramel sauce to dip those in. This is probably the part that takes the longest of this whole card, is just doing this little bit of coloring. And it's nothing fancy, that's for sure. But it looks pretty in the end. I think it's Auntie Anne's pretzels or something like that that we used to get in the mall. We don't have malls here, but we go to Portland once in a while, or Eugene, and they would have those in the mall there. So I have to tell you this funny story. One time we went, so Eugene, Oregon has like a smaller town. They're like really one big city, but it's Eugene and Springfield. So in Springfield, they have this, well, it used to be an indoor mall. It's all changed now, but it was called Gateway. And when it was first built, it was the coolest looking mall, and it had all this neon lights. It just looked like Vegas or something. And so they had this really delicious cinnamon roll place there. And we'd gone over to visit. My mom lived over there, and her husband Jerry, and we'd gone over. Okay, I'm using light and dark old olive. We'd gone over to visit them, and we went to the mall. So Mom and I went into this cinnamon roll place. Best cinnamon rolls in the world. And it wasn't Cinnabon. And so we ordered, there was 2 of them, Ken and I and the boys. So we ordered 6 cinnamon rolls with raisins, because we like them that way. And the girl wouldn't sell them to us. I was mortified. They said that if we bought 6 cinnamon rolls with raisins, that it wouldn't leave any for anybody else. Can you believe it? I was so embarrassed because, of course, there was a line of people behind us. And it's kind of like, what do you mean you won't sell them to us? And so I don't think we left there with any cinnamon rolls, because not only was it embarrassing, but it made me a little bit angry. And so the next day, came back home. This has been years and years ago. And I was back at work, and I thought, I can't let it go. So I called them and asked to speak to the manager. And who knows if I even talked to a manager. I don't remember now if they said the manager was there or not, but I told them the situation. And they apologized, whoever it was I talked to, and said that they would give us some free ones or something. But of course, we didn't live there. I think I told my mom to go back in there or something and get them. I don't remember if that even ever happened, but I couldn't believe it. It's like, what difference, if you have them, what difference does it make who buys them? I mean, that's what I think. It wouldn't be any different than if you went into JCPenney or Kohl's or somewhere like that and wanted to buy 6 blue towels, and that's all they had, and you bought them, but they wouldn't, or you wanted to buy them and they wouldn't let you buy all 6 of those towels because it wouldn't leave any blue ones for someone else to buy. I just don't get that. It was certainly embarrassing, I know that. I don't know what the people behind us must have thought, but it embarrassed us. Okay, so I'm gonna do one little bit more. Here. Just because as it dries, it all really, really blends. So just a little bit more detail. I am no coloring expert, that is for sure, but usually, despite my lack of skill in that department, they still come out looking okay, usually, because of the markers, right? You don't have to be an expert. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I have Spectrum Noir markers, I have Copic markers, and I'm being totally honest about this. I prefer my Stampin' Blend markers. I like the tips that are on them. They're just easy to use. You don't have to put really any thought into them because you've got the 2 colors and that's what you use. And if you want to pull in some of the other shades of purples or greens or whatever, you can. Okay, so you can see now that as that's drying and blending together, actually, see, even though I didn't do anything fancy, they're still going to be pretty. Okay, so those are all colored. And now I can cut those out. So these are the dies that go with that stamp set. And there's a super cute purse die in here. I mean, that actually makes a little bag. So if you haven't seen them, these dies, this is the die that cuts out the purse. And it's got little buckles and buttons, and it's got a pocket. It has a strap, so you can put 1 strap or 2 straps. The dies cut out the lipstick, the shoe, the flowers, the perfume bottle. That's like a label, or you could use it as a fancy doodah on the handbag or whatever too. So let me get what I need here. And where's my tape? I really think you would like the blends, Rebecca. I love them. They color so easy. This is just Post-it tape. You can use washi. Whatever low tack tape. I just like to hold my dies in place that way. And let's see here. I will cut out this one. And that one. So Stampin' Up! Has 2 new machines. One's a mini version of the bigger one, and it's the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I don't think I'll be getting them just because I've already got machines, and I got a Vagabond which I'm loving. It's an electronic one. Okay, let me cut these real quick. Thinking I need to, nope, I guess I have it. Okay, there. I thought I needed to redo that die on the lipstick, but I think it's okay. I guess we'll see if I got it right. It's pretty good. Lipstick. Okay. There's one of the flowers. That one. And then I just need to do one more here and we will be done with that part. Love that purple posy color. Okay, there we go. Cute. If you guys want some fun entertainment, well, they're entertaining to me, and I've mentioned them before, but it's these two guys in the UK, and they go by Mitos, let's see, M-I-T-O-S-U. It's after their cats. They have 3 cats, one of them being Tommy, who cracks me up because I've never seen a cat hold its tail the way Tommy does. His tail goes up over his back, like against his back like that, like a dog. Like some dogs do, you know? And he always is like wanting to get up on their laps when they're crafting and stuff. But they're Stampin' Up demonstrators in the UK. I love their accents. And it's Barry and Jay, and Jay's always mispronouncing things because I don't know where Jay is from, but he is, I don't want to say where he's from. I don't know. I mean, he's like Asian. He's Asian, but I don't know from where. And, so not only does he have the British accent, but then he has, you know, another, wherever he's from, that accent in there as well. And he just tickles me to no end. He is, oh, he's a great artist too. But I just enjoy watching them so much. They're funny, they make great things, and with the cat and stuff, they're just very entertaining. I love to watch them. So check them out, because if you like to watch crafty videos, you'll get a kick out of watching them, plus some good tips, because they're always giving tips too. But yeah, they have a YouTube channel, and it's what I spelt, M-I-T-O-S-U Crafts, and they have a Facebook page as well. Tell them Janna sent you. Okay, so I put a piece of Whisper White in there, and I thought, oh, here it is. So when I cut out this piece, which is going to layer on the front, so the card front is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And so when I cut it out of the 6 by 6 piece, there was another strip, and then there was this little piece left from the bottom of that. And I thought, I think I can use that on the inside of my card. So just to give it a little more decoration, you know, it fits perfectly in there. So don't get rid of that piece if you make this card. And I'm just gonna put it across there. I love my ATG gun, Donna. I know some people have trouble with them, but I think it's, you just have to get the hang of it, but I love mine. Okay, so get that as straight as I can there. I think that's good. So there is that. And then, because you need to have a little stopper for inside your card, that's why I did an extra one of the little flowers, and it is going to be the stopper. So I'm going to put that up on a dimensional. Hi, Cindy. And that is going to go inside there for our stopper. And I am just going to kind of put it in the middle and put it right there. So there we go. Okay, now I've got the other piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so also purple posy. Do you guys see that? One side looks a little bit of a different shade than the other. Can you guys tell that? Or am I seeing things? No, I'm not seeing things. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that I put this side up. And I'm going to put adhesive just on that bottom part here of the front of the card. And I probably could have put liquid glue so that there was wiggle room, but I didn't, so fingers crossed. I think that's a little piece of my fingernail polish. There we go. I get it lined up here, so let me have a little bit of patience to make sure that I get this on here straight. Okie dokie. So that's going to end up standing up like that. And this piece is going to go on next. Isn't that so pretty? It looks watercolory. I love it. And that's the back with the little perfume bottles. That would be cute too, but we're going with the flowers. So I don't know if you guys saw on my Facebook posting for this live that I said mirror, mirror on the wall. Hint, hint. Okay. That looks crooked. Well, I've got more of a border at the top than I do at the bottom, but I'm not going to fuss about it. It is okay. All right, so now I have this little strip that's going to just kind of be a little shelf on here. And let's make sure that I'm using think it's funny that the back side looks a little bit different, or the other side, I should say, looks a little bit different than the flip side. All right, I am going to put this right about there. Okay, so now we have our little pieces and the card ready. So now I am going to bring in the heirloom frames and dies, or embossing folder. But the first thing I need to do is cut with the die. So there is a rectangle and an oval. And I'm going to use the oval. And I am just going to run this through and cut it out. So I really wanted to use Blackberry Bliss because that is the color in there, but I didn't have any Blackberry Bliss, so guess what's going to be on my next order? So I'm using Rich Razzleberry, and I think it blends together. It works, right? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, so you're left with an oval there, and I would say just put that back in your stash. Don't get rid of it because you'll use it for something. I just don't need it for my project and for this card, but it will definitely go back in my pack of paper for something else. Okay, so that's cut out. Now we just need to run it through the embossing folder. And now those guys that I were mentioning, Barry and Jay, they used this set. Oopsie, well, I'll do that later. They used this set the other day, and he glued, I think he glued this part into the embossing folder. So you get two embossing folders because you get one for the oval and one for the rectangle. So the rectangle's still in there, and here is the one for the oval. So he glued this there because then he said you know, it's easier to line it up because that's what a lot of people, and I hope I won't have any trouble today, lining it up in here to get it right. So I haven't done that, and I've only used this one other time to make my other card. But what I did do was once I got it in here where it felt like it was right, and you want to turn it over and look because it definitely isn't going to make you happy if it's not lined up pretty decently, okay? So look at your borders. I think that looks pretty decent. So I'm just going to do that like that. And I think it looks pretty good. Fingers crossed, you guys. Okay, now because this is a 3D embossing folder, it's going to go straight down onto the base plate, and then I have the 3D embossing plate that I believe you can still get from Stampin' Up to run, that goes on top to run it through. So it depends on what machine you have. If you have a Big Shot, it's made for that. But Big Sizzix also makes this Vagabond machine that I have, so it works just right in there. Looks good. Can you see the detail and the beveled edges? Isn't that pretty? Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in Blackberry Bliss and a finger dauber. Let me see if I have one. I've got my little bag of finger daubers that I've had forever and ever. This one looks, let me see if there's, oh, I don't like it when there's too much color because I don't want that color to either get on my stamp pad or come out on my, what I'm making. So I think this one's good. And so I'm just going to ink that up and lightly brush over the raised image here. Ooh, so pretty. There, can you see? Love it. Now, what else would be pretty is if you have in your stash some gold rub and buff. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's kind of like a wax, pasty wax, or gold embossing ink. I think gold would be really pretty. Shiny gold would be really pretty on the top of this too. Would give it that antique-y look. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. Hi, Jamie. All right. Next, I have that piece of silver foil cardstock, and I just need to trim it to fit in there. We're almost there. Does that work? It does. Woohoo! Okay, so let's see. What did I use? Oh, let me get my tear and tape. You could use liquid glue or whatever, but I don't like to risk getting glue on there because it ruins it. It's really hard to even wipe it off and have it look okay afterwards. So I can put this exactly where I want it and not be worried about it so much. That got kind of funky, didn't it? It's because I tore too big of a piece off. But it'll work. Okay. Just something to hold that in place. Oopsie. Well, as long as that's not showing in the front, I don't care. Just needs to be on the back. We're good. Okay. Now then, I'm just going to put adhesive on this. And it is a mirror. So cute. Okay. There we go. Now then, hi Seal. Put some dimensionals on the backs of these. Oh, okay, so see the lipstick when it dried, it has that, see, like a lipstick case. You could probably even use a darker color to get a little more of that look, but I didn't want to get too carried away, so I just used the bronze lipstick. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? Can I take this back off? I wanted to put liquid glue on the bottom of the lipstick. Yes, I'm definitely going to put Wink of Stella on the lipstick because it's got to be, what is that kind called? I love that. The frost. It has to be a frost lipstick for sure. And I will do that at the end. All right, this is going to go right here. So cute. Okay, now let me get a couple of more dimensionals here. You guys, do you like it? I think it's so adorable. And then it just goes up like that. Now, if you wanted to put a saying on the outside, you could. I like the Hello Fabulous. I think that would be super adorable. Be as bold as your lipstick. I will probably put that in the inside, and then if I make it into a birthday card, I'd say put happy birthday underneath of it. But I just thought it was so cute. It didn't really need to say anything on the outside. I think it's so adorable. I love it. Okay, here's the first one I did. So it's in the peach colors of that paper pack. Oh, I need to do the frost. Let's not forget, because you can see here, I think you can see that I put it, the Wink of Stella, there it is, on the lipstick. But look how nice and watercolored those came out. And I stamped those in the, is it Blushing Bride? Let's see, what color's in here? No, Petal Pink. So I stamped the flowers in the Petal Pink, and I did the same Old Olive on the leaves. Okay, time for some frost. We gotta glam up this lipstick. could put it on the flowers too if you wanted, but the lipstick is the star of the show here, I think. There we go. Thank you, Rebecca. Super cute. I love it. And like I said, I totally cased this idea from France Martin, Frenchy Stamps. She did that with the mirror, and that's what sold me on that set. When I saw her card where she did that with the mirror and the lipstick, I thought, okay, I've got to have that set, and I ordered it right away with the heirloom. And so I was really bummed that this is being retired, but like I said, it won't be retiring from my stamp room because I love it. So most of the things that I buy, well, pretty much all of the things I buy, they don't leave my stamp room. I buy the things that I love, and I can't see getting rid of something just because it's retiring. That doesn't mean I have quit loving it and don't want to use it anymore, because I still want it and I will still use it. That's the point of the reason why we buy this stuff, right? Because we love it. So there you go. Mirror, mirror on the wall, cute lipstick easel card. I hope you guys will try it if you have these products or want to get them before, well, the lipstick, the Dress to Impress bundle, the set is not going away. The stamps and dies will carry over to the next catalog. However, the heirloom dies and embossing folders are not. So if you want those, get them while you have the chance. And that lovely lipstick color is also retiring. Here is the address to my Stampin' Up shop. So if you don't have a demonstrator, I would invite you to shop with me if you see anything here that you'd like and want to purchase. And thanks for joining me, you guys. I appreciate it so very much. And I will see you again next Friday. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.